Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Welcome to our new chapter that is compounds of metals. So this is our new chapter. We'll start with the introduction to the compounds of metals. We know that metals they combine with the other substances to form various compounds. Now there is a diversity of metal compounds known like everywhere. Now one can make an endless list of various compounds of the metals. Now from there in this chapter, that is a new chapter that is the compounds of metals. We are going to concentrate all our efforts on the foreign compounds of the metals. Specifically, the first one is oxides. Second one is hydroxides. Third one is carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. Fourth one is nitrates. Fifth one is these chlorides, and last one is the sulphates. So these are main compounds which we'll be dealing with within this chapter. We'll see their preparation, their properties, specifically chemical properties of all these compounds of the metals. So all these are just compounds of metals. So there are metal oxides, metal hydroxides, metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates, metal nitrates, metal chlorides, and metal sulfates. So we'll start discussing the first one, that is the metal oxides. The metal oxides are all elements except helium, neon, and argon. They form compounds with oxygen. So except these elements, the others just form compounds with oxygen. Now the metal oxides, uh, they are just because they are formed with the various metals plus the oxygen. Now, this is because oxygen is quite reactive. So, oxygen is quite reactive. That's why all elements they can react with it, except the ones which we've said before, the helium, neon, and the argon. Now, binary compounds of the oxygen are the ones that are called the oxides. Therefore, a metal oxide is just a binary compound of the oxygen and a metal. So that's the simple definition of metal oxides. Metal oxide is a binary compound of the oxygen and a given metal. Now from there, let's see the chemical properties of the metal oxides. The first property is the reaction with water. Uh, the oxides of the potassium, sodium, and calcium are very soluble in water. So this is the first property of metal oxides in terms of reaction with water. The oxides of the potassium, sodium, and calcium, they are very soluble. It means they can dissolve very quickly within water. And also they react vigorously with cold water to produce the corresponding hydroxides. And then the oxides of metals below the calcium in the reactivity series. I think we discussed about the reactivity series in our previous videos. You can go through them. So the oxides of the metals below the calcium in the reactivity series are they all insoluble in water. This means that they cannot dissolve within water. The second chemical property is the reaction with the acids. The oxides of the metals above the hydrogen in the reactivity series, they simply react with the dilute acids to produce salt and water. So they have it, the reaction of these metals above the hydrogen within the reactivity series, they just react with the any dilute acids such as maybe diluted sulfuric acid or diluted hydrochloric acid to produce salt and water. The third chemical property is the reaction with the alkalis. Some oxides, these metal oxides, they react with the alkalis also to produce the salt and water. Take an example, the oxides of this kind of a nature, they include the following, the zinc oxides and the aluminum oxides, lead oxides, etc., etc. So these are just examples of the oxides that have this property of reacting to produce the salt and water. I hope it's clear. So these are simply the three chemical properties of the metal oxides. Moving on, that's all I have for this video. We'll move on to the various preparation of the metal oxides in our next video. I hope you have seen the simple introduction to the this topic or this chapter, compounds of metals, we've seen which kind of compounds we'll be dealing with, and we've started discussing about the metal oxides. Thank you.